All right, so let's talk about the truth in terms of music success. At least my truth. I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for me and my journey, right? So when I first got started in music, like, success looked one way, right? It seemed one way. It seemed like all you needed was just this one big break. If you get that one big break, everything takes off, your life changes, and you're doing music full time. You just needed that one big break. But what I've learned, and it may be a super small percentage of people who maybe possibly just had that one break, which I still find that hard to believe, because I believe success happens when preparation meets opportunity, and there's some level of preparation that typically has to take place before you even get to a certain level to where you can take advantage of an opportunity, no matter what it is. But what I've learned is that success typically doesn't happen like that. It's not a big break. It's a series of stacking small wins on top of each other. So before we can even talk about success in music, you have to define what success looks like for you. Like, it's different for everybody. Like, for some it may be, hey, I want to replace my entire full-time job with music and just do music full-time. For some it may be, hey, if I can at least make half of what I make on my job with music, to where I can get some more of my time back to work on music more, I'd be happy, right? For some it may be, hey, I just want to make enough money with my music to be able to take a vacation, or be able to buy little extra things for my hobby or for my music. Or it could be, hey, I just want some extra money to throw in a retirement account. I talked before about when I was working full time earlier on in my singing career, I was able to get my royalties up to about $1,250 a quarter, just roughly, give or take. So, doing that 4 quarters in a year, that's about $5,000 a year, right? Now, if my goal was to build up a retirement account, I could put that $5,000 every year into something like a Roth IRA, and over the span of like 35 years or so, that'll grow to like over $1 million, and now I'm retiring a millionaire. That's success for some people. So you got to define what success looks like for you, and then work backwards and see, okay, what are the small goals I need to hit in order to reach that? What's that number? You got to know that number, man. Like, I know for me, before I quit my job, I knew, okay, first I wanted to make a certain amount of money or reach a certain threshold for at least like 3 years in a row, so that I knew there was some type of consistency there. And then from there, I wanted it to be as close to what I made on my job as possible, because I knew the power of time and getting my time back. So I was just like, if I can even get close enough to where, we can shave off some unnecessary expenses or whatever, and I get my time back, I know that I can increase my income. And that's what happened. Like, I tripled, like, the next year, like, what I made on my job just with music, because I had my time back, which is super, super duper powerful. But it was a series of small wins, man, and especially with sync licensing. So the $5,000 a year that I was able to generate, that was purely off of sitting down a couple hours after work every night, producing music, sending it to publishers, and getting it placed in TV. And then every time those shows aired using my music, it would generate royalties, and then it would add up every quarter, and I would just get direct deposits directly still do, from a lot of the stuff I did when I first started, like over a decade ago. I still see royalties for a lot of that stuff, as well as the new stuff now. So that's just a power of taking those small wins, taking that small chunk of time. Like, yeah, okay, you're working a full-time job, you don't have all the time in the world, but you have some time. Don't waste it. You know what I mean? If it's only 2 hours, use that 2 hours to do something to where, and this is why I focus more on sync licensing, was because I can sit down for 2 hours, create a track, and relicense that track without doing any additional work over and over and over again. So now the music is working for me even while I'm at work, even while I'm asleep, even while, I'm on vacation or spending time with family, whatever it is. Those are like the small consistent wins. It's just like, boom, we got a track done today. That's a small win. Boom. Then, okay, we got a sync publishing deal with a publisher. That's a small win. We didn't get the placement yet, but it's all good because we're stacking these wins. Finishing an idea and not just having 8 bars of something. You're like, oh, that's dope, and then you never finish it, and it just sits there making $0 because it's not done. Like, the only place you can go to and buy something that's not finished is like Walmart, IKEA, and honestly most of these stores that just sell that build it yourself furniture. But ain't nobody selling build it yourself music. Like, you need to finish it. So those are stacking small wins. So boom, you finish the track, you mix the track, now you get the track signed by a publisher. Now that publisher is pitching your track, now you get the placement. Now look, we're talking about small wins. Every placement isn't going to be a big placement. And this is when I realized, okay, big breaks are a myth. Like, it just doesn't exist. It's a series of small wins and consistent work. So you may get a small placement. For example, I had a placement on Big Ten Network, and everybody knows the Big Ten Network, especially if you are into college sports. I particularly watch it around college football season where my Buckeyes are playing, but Big Ten Networks, I'm like, dope, got a placement on there. The royalty check comes around, 2-3 quarters later, and it's definitely about a solid 15 cents. So I'm like, that's a win. It's only 15 cents, but think about it this way. If I'm having a conversation with a publisher or a music supervisor and they're asking me, hey, like, what's your experience, or, they want to get an idea of some work you've done, you simply mentioning a network that's recognizable is going to immediately add credibility to your craft as a producer, because most people don't even know how to get music to Big Ten Network, right? Most people don't know how to get their music on TV. It's just not a skill that everyone has. If you want to learn how to develop that skill, I got a free sync producer quick start guide that'll help you develop that. The link is in the description, but everybody doesn't have that. So you mentioning that is going to add credibility. They don't care how much you made from the Big Ten placement. They just know, okay, he's had music placed on the Big Ten Network. Obviously, he's doing something right. He's doing something that people are willing to pay for and license. That's a good sign. So that's a small win. 15 cents is a win because it's not about the 15 cents in this case. It's about the leverage you just gained by being able to connect a major network or a cable network or a popular network to your name, to your brand as a producer. So that's a win. So that's what I mean with like just stacking small wins, because the small wins lead to quote unquote big breaks. By the time you see somebody winning, I can almost guarantee you that there were years of work, consistent work, prior to you even seeing the part that you see on the surface, right? It just you got to have both. Like, you have to have the work, the consistency, the time, the experience, and the preparation, so that when opportunity does come, you're able to capitalize off of it. And then that's when success happens. So you got to define what's significant to you, what success is to you, and that's going to help you, navigate, create a plan on, how to move forward in your music career, especially as a producer. I'm speaking as a producer. That's how I've been able to do it. It's just stacking small wins, man, and they add up. So yeah, that is it. So yeah, link in the description if you want that free Sync Producer quick start guide. Grab that, learn how to make your music work for you, because we have the ability to create something from our minds, and license it an unlimited amount of times, man, and that music can work for us while we're figuring out how we can work on more music. All right, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.